Well, I'm thrilled to welcome Aimee, who is a storyteller and advocate for abortion access. Aimee, will you share your story with us as you're ready?
Sure. So first I want to say that I want to thank Advocates for Youth and the 1 in 3 Speakout, and Julia in particular. For a long time I felt really inauthentic as someone that works in the reproductive justice and rights movement, because I'd never told my story until a year ago when I was invited by you, and I felt very supported. Since then I've become a national network of abortion funds We Testify storyteller, and with the support of Renee I've started to tell my story a little more this year. So despite growing up the daughter of an abortion provider in Texas, and working in the field, I was hesitant to tell my story because my story is also my mental health story. And the stigma surrounding both topics kind of fueled my hesitation. As I continue to tell my story over the year, friends and acquaintances and even strangers have come up to me to thank me, to tell me their stories, and to tell me that they don't feel so alone anymore. So that's made everything worth it. About 4 years ago in 2013, I moved back to Texas, and during the People's Filibuster, I heard a woman speaking about how if she were ever to find herself pregnant, she would have to choose an abortion because she was on mental health medication. And the choice would be, stop medication, have a child, and, become mentally, risk her mental health stability. Or have an abortion and continue her mental health stability. And that was the first time I'd ever heard my experience reflected in someone's story. And I was so, in awe of her bravery. And for the past 4 years, I'd been thinking, I really want to tell my story, but I don't know how to. So I guess my story happened 15 years ago. I had been in and out of college semesters, cycling through manic phases, depressive phases, and just kind of hitting rock bottom. And I found out I was pregnant on my birthday, and I knew immediately I was going to have an abortion. I could barely take care of myself. I wasn't functioning properly, and so I told my partner and my father, who's an abortion provider in Texas, and they took me to take an abortion. And luckily I didn't have any obstacles, and I was able to access care very easily. But after that, I was able to find a doctor to help me get on the right medication. And because I wasn't raising a child, I was able to go to college, finish college, go to law school, get married, have 2 children that I planned, and are able to take care of. So I think that, I guess I feel like as a mom by choice, parenting is something you have to want to do. And I don't know if you're ever ready for it, but because of my choice, I was able to heal myself and find myself, and I was capable of taking care of my children, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I guess I want to say that 1 in 4 people will have abortions in their lifetime, as y'all talked about earlier, and 1 in 5 people will suffer from mental illness. And I think the stigma around both of them kind of silences us, and I'm hoping to help, if anyone hears my story or relates to it, just help people feel less alone. And I'm thankful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks, Aimee, again, for sharing your story with us once again. And I think you've done a really powerful service of both destigmatizing abortion and mental health. And that's so important. I was thinking as you were telling your story, in light of sort of the recent media narrative, how much people are fighting to end gun violence, but also simultaneously stigmatizing mental health, and how it can be done to both fight for justice and also destigmatize mental health. And so I really appreciate you bringing that intersection to the Speakout and for sharing your story again. And I guess my question for you is for any Janes out there that are watching this Speakout, or any young people out there who are watching this, what would you say to them as they are possibly in the same situation as you?
I would say that you're not alone and that you're loved, and I think you should feel empowered to make the decision you want, and reaching out to any number of the people here on this, on the Speakout or the organizations 1 and 3 help, lift up, I think that you can find support and just know that you're not alone. I do kind of want to add something real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want my story to be taken that, I don't want it to further stigmatize mental health or taken as because I had mental health issues I couldn't parent or, any sort of negativity around that. Just for me, it was the right time not to parent, and having that freedom to not be a parent at that moment enabled me to heal and I don't know, live the life that to my fullest potential, I guess. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Aimee.